Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's doing it again, lads. It's doing it again. It's this particular section of the city. It comes in and out. But that will happen a bit on the journey. There will be bits where it'll drop in and out like that. But it will reconnect eventually. It'll just be a couple of minutes in some cases. That was because there's a part of Blanchardstown that I was at that's particularly bad for signal, and I didn't realise I was there until the goose started saying it looks like it's disconnecting. And then I realised where I was. And what did I miss? Enjoy your lunch, McGee. What you gonna have? Honey nut Cheerios you're having? Well, I'm glad it's not busy in a stressful way as well. The mugshot. What? Oh, was that the fucking pastas that you just put in a mug kind of thing? Or am I... Yeah, a couple noodle pasta. Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. Yeah. So I'm like, a mugshot? Obviously that's not where my mind went at first. And oh, you mean like those stick it in a mug kind of pasta noodle type deals? Yeah, I get it. HK, this is the largest you'll ever see in Irish road, by the way. So I know I don't know if you drive or not, but I know I've been to the States and I've been to Canada, and the roads in both, they're fucking gigantic. This is the largest an Irish road gets. And this is the main motorway. So there's a random little fact for you. Even the UK actually has much wider roads than this. I've been on some of them as well. Well, yeah, this is the biggest we get motorways really. Like there's 4 lanes here. You never get more than that. I haven't had Honey Nut Cheerios in fucking forever. I never really had Honey Nut Cheerios as much. I think it was Honey Nut Cornflakes I used to have when I was younger. Or the Honey Nut Clusters. They used to be amazing. Well, I don't really have breakfast anymore, so I don't do cereal really. Hopefully everybody is enjoying the dull thud of the road, or the hum I should say. I don't know how clear. Well, I know it generally comes out pretty clear, and there is something a bit enjoyable people like about it. The funny thing is, this is I'm probably going to bypass the turn I'd take to go home to my house on the way back, because I had to go into the city centre first to get beer. I was going to do that another day, but I ended up doing it today. So I kind of ran. I was thinking of doing it on Monday, and then my nephew was asking me about helping him with something, so I started helping him with that, and then realised the time. I was like, ah shit, I'm not going to have time to get in. So I knew it was going to have to be a thing I'd do today, which I wanted to be in Mayo a bit sooner than now, but I should get there for like 2-3 o'clock. So hopefully. You feel your internet is also acting up. Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I think it's streaming 1080 30. I was going to put it down to 720, but for most of it, like my camera can do that quality on my phone. The camera on my phone can do 4K, so it's like, well, why not do that camera quality? And it can hold the bit rate I need for that, which is 6,000, which is basically 6 megs. It can hold that, but there will be points where it'll drop, and it should hopefully have downsizing for people who need it as well. Hopefully that has not stopped the stream, because I just had to pull up the map overlay for a second to just double check something. make sure it wasn't causing an issue. I don't think it stopped it there, did it? Somebody can tell me, I'm sure. It doesn't look like it did, but then there's always potential that it will have. It did. I just know I don't do that too often. We're on the road again. Finally moving pictures again. Hey, Kill. How are you getting on? Oh, it did stop it. Fuck, okay, so I can't do that. I gotta be aware of that. I thought I'd set it that it could operate in the background so it wouldn't kill the signal like that, but evidently not. So if I open up my map on full screen, it will stop the stream. Interesting. Thank you for the lurk, Snowy. Back to work, no worries. Getting a bit of work done before the invasion. Well, I picked up a few beers for you and picked up a few stouts for the missus as well, so I'll have... Oh shit, looks like there's been a car crash here. Bollocks. Yeah, there's been a collision. Traffic's coming. Just what I want on a journey. I'm not even outside fucking Dublin yet. Ah, yeah, sure, we can look at all that shit if need be, but, you know, don't worry about it too much. I got, let me think, I got you, I think it was four or five dry hopped lemon sour pukas. I got you a Lervig orange velvet as well. I might have gotten one or two others, I can't remember. I got some of those nitro stouts that Caustic really loves. They are really good nitro stouts. I got some of them for the missus as well. And I picked up one or two other stouts that I think she might like. Craig's on the plane now. Nice. So I have a few beers coming with me. And by a few I mean I have a wine box full of beer. And they're mostly small cans, so yeah, man done a good job. I didn't think he'd get it into one box, to be honest. But sure, I probably should have. It's one of those things where now I'm like, shit, did I buy enough? But I know Caustic bought a load of booze, and I know he bought a load of spirits, and I also have a couple of bottles of mead in my bag as well. So what I didn't do, and I just realised, was take the fucking booze out of my fridge and bring that with me, because I had a load of cans in my fridge. Yes and no, HK. You can't really get... Part of the reason I always do a big booze shop before I go over to Mayo is you can't really get the craft stuff that I get here, over there. They don't really have any specialty craft stores. It's just not as popular, so... yeah, you don't get it. Well, I wouldn't say maybe it's not as popular, it's just not as... whatever. It's fuck all in Mayo, yeah, exactly. Oh, what's going on with Horsehouse 1, Caustic? Well, be going down. I saw your little... I saw you post in that WhatsApp group, Kill. It's very kind that you got that invite. It's also very presumptuous of him that he's going to be there whenever you go over. To see all the glowing lights through the window. What the... oh, look at this gobshite. Oh, we realised that the radio turned on. Whoops. Random signal interference. Yeah, but I mean, Like, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, that's a lovely letter. At the same time, I then kind of went, a bit fucking cocky, isn't it? Kicker here is I've been driving for half an hour now. They got one each as well. Ah, that's lovely. And I'm coming up to the turn from my house. So I mean, realistically, if I really thought I didn't have enough booze, I could take the turn and go back to my house and get the rest of what was in my fridge. But I don't think I need to do that. I think I've enough. Fucking half an hour to get out of the city centre with the traffic the way it was. Yeah, it's mental today. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Any good tunes on Irish radio? I wouldn't know, HK. I mean, I can flick. Hold on, for argument's sake, let me make sure the volume isn't too loud. Let's see.
Flooring, kitchens and bathrooms, which isn't the norm.
There's some Lyric FM for you. It's usually classical.
At any Irish style station.
Well, I think it is important that the HSE steps up to then we know what the policy response will be.
The answer is no, HK. It's all fucking news right now. Oh, it's 1 o'clock, so of course the news is across every radio station right now. Wish you had days off. Oh, hold on. Fucking wish you had days off and a private plane. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great, Snowy. I'd see HK putting fucking keck emotes and my mind starts to say his name. Yeah, Snowy, sure. There's never any hurry, man. You let Kill know, you let us know, we'll make it happen. Sure, Caustic lives there anyway, so, you know. Want it right now? Ah, right. Yeah, I get that. Right, now we can start to get outside of the city. So I've bypassed turn for going home, and we are on to the way out, and we should see a hell of a lot less traffic now. Have the hammer ship, be right back. No worries, dude. No worries, Gil. See you in a bit, man. I won't get lost, heck off. If I take a wrong turn because I'm chatting, I'll take a wrong turn. It's no big deal. I know where I'm going in the end anyway. I'll get there. So we are now coming to an area called Lucan, which is starting to get to the outskirts of Dublin. It's more Dublin suburbs. We're out of the city centre anyway, but yeah, so we'll be out of Dublin and into Kildare very shortly. And then we shouldn't see too much traffic from there on out. Be our tour guide. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll say random things, but you're mostly going to just see road and cars, you know what I mean? There's nothing that's the history of the area. I'd have to know the history of all the areas to tell you that, HK, and unfortunately my history isn't that good. I don't know the history of all the areas. I can tell you we will be passing through, so we're going towards Kildare. We'll pass through an area called Maynooth, which is where I went to university for the last course that I'd done a couple of years back. So I spent a bit of time there. It's a lovely place, real quiet area, but it also has a weird nightlife. Hey, Hot. Thank you for the lurk. Hope you're doing well, my mum. Oh shit, you've got a badge beside you. I'm guessing you resubbed and it didn't tell me. So if anybody does anything like that, please say something, because I don't see it. It's not notifying me and stuff like that. So I can at least say thank you. But I won't see any alerts like that at all, because it's just a chat. So anything that doesn't post into, anything that isn't a Nightbot command or somebody posting a chat, I don't see that. Nightlife. What, the hard partying? Yeah, well, I mean, it's a college, it's a university town, so some of the places do go a bit fucking wild, but obviously I was there in my fucking 30s, so, you know, I'm not giving a shit about that life. I'm there for a reason. I'm going home. But it does get a bit mental. It's nice though. It's kind of a fine balance between a quiet country town and a busy university town. Not in the fucking style into some places. Like, it's not, you can't compare university life here to university life in many other places, because you got to keep in mind it's much smaller. Like, some people would live on campus in minutes, but not a lot. They'd have a couple of thousand students and a couple of hundred might be living on campus, and there's not really a lot of spaces for that, so it doesn't happen as much. Right, now we hit the full motorway so we can hit our speed, which is 120 kilometers, so you'll probably start to pick up a little more noise, which is just about 75 miles an hour for those who deal in miles an hour. That is the largest speed you can go in Ireland. There's no road that has a higher speed limit. Beer companies, wet dream, uni towns. I mean, that's any fucking Irish town, HK. Most small towns in Ireland will have at minimum. So if you go to the smallest of small rural Irish towns, where the hardware might also be the fucking funeral home. So we are now entering Kildare, and you might have one shop, and you wouldn't have a butcher, and there might be like tiny, you might have 100 people living there. There will still be 2 pubs, at least, maybe 3 in those tiny places. There's always a shit ton of pubs everywhere. Except Mayo, apparently. No, Mayo is fucking huge. Mayo's one of the biggest counties in Ireland, but it's more so, it is rural. There's no, like, it's not a university county. There's no massive big I'm not saying there's no universities in Mayo. I'm sure there are, but there's no big ones that I know of, and that doesn't mean anything other than I just don't know. Like, Galway would be, Cork would be, Dublin would be, some Waterford would be. I've never heard of like a massive university in Mayo, so there's not really as much of that vibe. And the thing is, it's like it's a large county, has a decent population, but there's plenty of space in between, you know what I mean? So people aren't on top of each other, so you don't really get, like where I'm going now in North Mayo towards Kill's Place, the nearest shop is like a 15-20 minute drive. Yeah, maybe 10 to 20 minutes, depending on where you are and who's driving. And you can get to like a garage petrol station kind of thing, and there'll be a couple of shops here and there. If you want like a supermarket, you're probably going half an hour away to get any of the big supermarkets. From supermarkets and regular shops, there's not really a lot of specialised beer shops, or any that I know of, in Mayo. Whereas at home, obviously, Dublin's a very populated city. Like 5-10 minutes from my house, There's an off license I can go to where I can get some decent craft beers sometimes. But the good stuff that the really good stuff that I'd want would be half an hour drive from my house, roughly, into the city centre. And once I'm in the city centre, there's 4 or 5 different craft beer places I can think of that I'd go to at any given time, and be guaranteed to pick up something decent that I'll really like. Because generally speaking, I'll have a handful of beers that if I see them, I'll pick them up again. But usually I try to get something new every time. I don't always drink the same beer. I like to have similar styles, but I like to try new beers all the time. And that's what I kind of look for when I go into an off license here. I'm looking for what's new, what I haven't had before. That's what I like to get. Yeah, shit, I should have bought some fucking water. I just realised the amount of talking I'm going to be doing, now it's going to be fucking dry, and I didn't bring any water with me. I may make a very brief stop at a petrol station or something on the way, just to pick up a bottle of water. Just so I'm not fucking parched. Only 228 kilometers to Westport. Supermarket tour. No, well, the thing is, if I do stop off, I'll probably leave my phone in the car where it is now, because I mean it's just awkward otherwise. I don't want to be one of those people walking around holding my phone up to my chest, talking to myself like a fucking lunatic. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. It's fine in my car. It's my own private car. It's already sat in my windscreen for my maps and stuff like that, and I can glance left and right and have a look at the chat and talk. Stores usually disallow. I don't know that any store here would disallow it. I don't know of it ever happening in any store here. Like, I've never seen somebody walking around the shop with their phone vlogging or live streaming or anything like that. I've never seen it. Yes, please do. Of course you'd say that, Caustic. Fuck you. I'm not doing that. Could you imagine going down to the fucking Centra, walking around the Centra live streaming? I do want to try. I know Kill said that I know Kill said that ice cream, he got the caramel popcorn one, that it wasn't as good as it looked, but I still want to try that. It was like a Magnum chocolate caramel popcorn ice cream. It looks weird as fuck, and I definitely want to try it. We'll have to see if Centra have any other wonders in. Same. Yeah, I mean, like, even if it's disappointing, I still like to try stuff like that, because I've had some like popcorn chocolate or popcorn flavoured ice cream or popcorn flavoured this, that and the other that has been really nice before. Some of it has been fucking god awful, but some of it has been really nice. And I remember a few years back Tato bringing out their like popcorn and I think it was like chocolate with crisps in it, and loads of people went, like, it was fucking like gold dust trying to get it, and people were hating on it. Honestly, when I tried it, I thought it was fucking delicious. Right, we're coming up to our first toll now. Our first big statue as well that we'll come by. So there's a statue here, HK. You probably, I don't know how well you can see it from the camera. It's not going to be anytime soon. I have to go through the toll first. But it's like a massive circular stone disc with the centre of it hollowed out, and the centre part of it is actually on the other side of the road. It looks cool, I like it. It's not as good as when you're getting closer to Mayo. There's a giant fiddle embedded in the side of the hill. I fucking love that. But there's some, along the journey, there's a few different statues that'll be just randomly on the roadside or on a hillside that I quite like. and sometimes they'll have them on roundabouts and stuff like that as well, which will be another thing that you won't be used to seeing roundabouts, HK. I'm surprised you didn't say something when I hit a few of them. There's also no such thing as turn right on red here. That was another thing I remember hearing of it in the US, and when I was in Canada I said it to my friend as well. I was like, what, like, because I was driving, I was like, what rules do I need to be aware of that are different here? Like, do you do the whole right on red shit? And I was like, yeah, that is a thing. That freaked the fuck out of me. It was so weird, so bizarre. It's just like, oh yeah, that red light doesn't mean anything if I take a right turn. Weird. But I guess that's kind of in lieu of roundabouts. They make your brain confused. It's simple, HK. The simple rule is, if you drive on the left side of the road, which we do here, at a roundabout, the person on your right has priority. So anybody coming from my right hand side as I come to a roundabout, they have priority on the roundabout. So I have to stop and give them way. However, if I drive on the left hand side, I'll drive on the right hand side of the road, anybody on my left then would have priority. Because they're coming, they have right away on it. And then in terms of which lane you take when you come up to a roundabout, the left lane is for the first and second exit, the right lane is for the third and fourth exit. So you just position yourself appropriately for those. Okay, just to forewarn, there will be a loud beep. I'm not sure how loud it is, but the toll on my toll tag will beep loudly. I know previously it's been pretty loud. There it is. That should be, hopefully it's not too loud, but it's purely because of where my, it's gonna open, what the fuck? Where my phone is situated is literally, my toll tag is right above it. So it's not loud as such, but it might be to the stream. Barely loud at all. Great, glad to hear it. I know previously it was picked up really loudly because there was a comment about taking someone's ears out nearly. Hey Jordy, yes indeed, driving stream off the Mayo. So we have passed our first toll bridge outside of Dublin in Kildare, and we are on our way. How's your day going, Jordy? How's work? Watch this for the rest of work. Get that Murray zone in. So HK, coming up here is that statue I was talking about. Not statue, but monument kind of. I don't know if you can make it out. So on the right side of the road is the inner part of the circle. On the left side of the road is the outer part of it. You might see a bit better as I get up closer here. I don't know. I feel like I need to turn that chat off for a second. I feel like I need to also do that a bit. It's picking up. I don't like how much of the stand here it's picking up, but what can you do? The circle thingy, yep, that was the monument I was talking about. Just a massive stone circle. It doesn't look as big, I guess, on this, but it's pretty fucking big. Not bad, just very busy at work. Hopefully busy in a good way and not in an annoying way, Jordy. So I know there is a difference. Busy sometimes like that. Hopefully it just gives you a little more of a view. Sure, it looks cool in person. That's HK's way of going. That looks shy. It's nothing impressive. It's just something that's there, you know. Kind of annoying, but glad the day's going fast. Well, at least there's that. At least the day's going fast. That's the benefit from it. Hopefully. I feel like sometimes I should change the position of my cradle for streaming, but you're being serious. I know you are. It's okay. I'm not disparaging any other way. So I feel like this is kind of the left side of the screen is just fucking plastic when it could be some of the view that you might get cut out. But the main thing is it's not focusing on that view. Hey Tuck, how you doing, man? How's your day? How goes it, my man? Busy as fuck. Everybody is having a busy as fuck day. Just eating some dinner. Nice. What you having? Man, I'm getting fucking hungry now. Everybody talking about their lunch or their dinner or their breakfast, and I haven't eaten today, which is probably a bad idea considering the amount of driving I'm doing. I probably should have grabbed something, but you know, scrambled egg and beans. I mean, I take the scrambled egg, the beans, not so much. I'm not a fan of beans. Scrambled egg, you cannot fucking beat a nice scrambled egg. Especially a little bit of chives or something in it, just some herbs or spices in them. Nothing else really. I'd usually put like I'd put a little bit of water and a little bit of milk, but only a dash of milk, like not major, in my scrambled eggs. And they always turn out fucking delicious. Egg and salt is top notch. Yeah, I'd put a little salt. I don't overly salt any of my food. It's usually just a little bit. And yeah, usually for my scrambled egg, I'd have a little bit of water in the pot first, and then most of it will be gone by the time I put the water in, but there'll be a little there. Maybe I should have went to that stop. Nah, fuck it. And then I would have a dash of milk and just whisk the fuck out of it and keep it on and off the heat constantly so that it doesn't overcook. They end up just lovely and fluffy. Usually, yeah, you see, but like, I understand that, but when I say a bit of milk, I mean like probably 20 mils at most of milk would go into it, if even that much. You know, I'm not talking I'll have a cup of milk or half a cup, or there'll be like 10 to 20 mils of milk. It would be just a splash. It'd be about as much as you would put in a cup of tea, maybe even less, that I would put into scrambled eggs when I'm making it. Not like mental amounts. Just enough that it makes a little bit of a difference in the flavour, I find. But even without that, like, just regular scrambled eggs is amazing. To be honest, you kind of figured me to be a beans guy. I've only seen just empty cans to help me reach the pedals. Fuck you off. You cheeky fuck. That's what pulling up seats are for. Shit. Look, that wasn't designed on anybody, but I'm sure. Love coming to a stream to see me being bullied by Hot. It's not bullying, he's just taking the piss. It's all good. How are you, Ash? How are you doing, my dear? How was your day? What you up to today? He is, but also correct. Fuck off, Ash. Everybody who's taller than me is taking the piss now. It's not my favourite. Not my fault you're a fucking Amazonian, Ash, alright? Just got home from getting your hands scribbled on. Oh, what did you get done? Let's see. Person sings beans, good for your heart. If that's at me, HK, I am 5'8". The rest of these cunts are all like 6 foot. So that's why they like to take the piss out of me. I think Caustic's like 6'3", Keel's like 6'2", 6'1". Talks about 6'2", I'd say. Yeah, I was about to say you're 5'12", that means you're 6 foot. Yeah, so talk 6 foot. You're 5. So these are all taller than me. I think Hod is about 5'11" or something like that as well, maybe 6 foot. I know he's shorter than Caustic and Keel, if I remember right. But he's taller than me. Ash is 6'1", yeah. Yeah, Jordy's close to the same height. He's only an inch taller. It's the beard weighing me down. Yeah, that's it, HK, that's it. It's taking that extra inch or two away. Nah, look, I don't give a fuck. People like to take the piss out of me about my height, but I mean, I can't do shit about that. So it's not something that bothers me. I'm not, like, it comes across maybe I'm sensitive about it. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, so you're about 10 centimeters taller than me, Hawk, because I think I'm 175. Fucking shame though. So yeah, you're under 6 foot, I think. Just about. Good excuses, any. Catch it back. Thanks, HK. We have now left County Kildare and we are now in County Meath. So that's another county change race. Never got a sense of me looking short when we met. Oh, 185 is 6 foot. Okay, so it is about. Well, of course you didn't, Jordy, because we're close to the same height. The thing is, like, I think 5'8" is the average height for a bloke in Ireland anyway. So I don't give a fuck. I don't feel like I'm short. I'm not tall, but I'm just average height. Those are the Caustic and Keel are just tall cunts, you know. It's different. So we're all the same height, lying down or bent over, right? We'll see. I do think of an exit coming up. Yikes. You be quiet, Ash. Tell me, you didn't tell me, Ash, what did you get done on your hands? Share with the class. And feel free to share, fire me a message and show or post it on the Discord or whatever you're more comfortable doing. I'd like to see. Oh, you put it on Discord. Alright. Stars and Tiny Planets. Nice. Yeah, obviously I can't look at my phone to look at messages or Discord or anything like that at the moment. Pretty random. Did you want pretty random? Is that what you went in planning? Stars and Small Planets, or you want to see what they're going to offer? Showed him a reference photo. You know, plan stuff is spontaneous. Decided this morning you wanted a hand tattoo. Oh, Jesus, okay. That is pretty spontaneous. What is that one speck of dust on my windscreen? I don't know. I don't see any speck of dust on my windscreen, but let's sort that. Sorted. The motorway now, so put the wipers on again. So I'm not really focusing on that so much. For a second I thought I had to turn off the chat on the phone for a second because there's a fucking pencil icon on the middle of the screen, but that's just for me, I think. I don't have a donation page. There is I think there's a panel in the channel somewhere for it. There is one, but it's not often used. Don't be donating talk, or don't be looking at that shit. Or if you're looking to just find out about it, I can tell you more about it. I think I set it up through Streamlabs, same place I do my alerts and shit like that. And there is setups for donations and shit like that. But good. I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, most of the time, if anybody does anything, I'll just use it towards stuff for the stream anyway. And if people go crazy for it, I will. I think I've only ever had one occasion where Caustic, while drinking, fucking sent something like fucking €69 or something like that for the meme, or 69.69. I refunded that to him because I was like, nah, fuck that dude, you're not doing that. That's crazy. Take it back. At least donations are the things I can. If people are going a bit too generous, I can give it back. But the bits and subs and shit, obviously I can't do shit about that. But I generally tell people, like, you don't need to do any of that. Hanging out and chatting is more than enough. If you want access to the emotes and all that, then yeah, you kind of need to do that. But otherwise you don't. Twitch money goes towards my gas. But honestly, HK, all Twitch money I've received has gone towards Twitch. Just give them to other people. So like I looked at my PayPal. I realised how out of control my gift subs and shit have been the last month or so, and I'm like, yeah, I might have to chill out a little. I can, like, it's not fine. It's fine. It takes any Twitch money I get usually, but which I don't care about. Hey Trippy, how are you? How's your day going? But I looked at my PayPal, and for April, not including bits, and I didn't buy bits too often, but I think for April I spent like €150 on gift subs. And that was gift subs, not my subs as well, which was like, I have subs to different channels that have come out of it as well. So I was like, holy shit, I spent €150 on gift subs last month. It's not an issue, it's not breaking the bank, it's not like, oh, I could afford it at the time because I had a bit of extra cash, but I'm like, yeah, I have to be careful with this because I'll lose the fucking run of myself. I'll pull a Caustic or a fucking a hoop. Good, thanks, excellent, glad to hear it, Trippy. Welcome back, Magoo. Can I not see what? I can't see any notifications. So whatever you've done, tell me and I can thank you, but I cannot see any of that stuff. So Ash, if you did something, sorry I didn't see it. Like I think Hot subbed earlier because I saw he had his first badge. I didn't see that, so that's the only reason I knew. Since I can't see it, George and Talk have gifted 5. Fucking hell, lads, what are you doing? Don't be doing that shit. Stop. Thank you, but stop. And thank you for telling me. Welcome back, Magoo. Drive is going well. Welcome back, Trippy. How was your lunch, Magoo? gave one to HK and Talk gifted 5. For fuck's sake. Thank you for the gift sub to HK, and thank you, Talk, for the 5. Don't need to do that, lads. Sub train shoot. Oh, there's a fucking hype train happening. Christ's sake. I can't see any of that, lads, but thank you. It's very much appreciated. You don't have to do that, you know that. Just hanging out. Penny Fiatros, a cheer, right? I saw you put cheer 1, so I know you gave a bit. Thank you for that, HK. You love doing it when I can't see. It's a secret hype train, yeah, apparently. See, there is a page I can click, so it does show me. Fucking Magoo gifted it sub there. It just showed me that. Thank you, Magoo, for gifting the Trippy. And thank you, Talk, for the gift subs. Thank you, Trippy, for the bits. See, I can't see chat and see that at the same time. That's the thing. It doesn't show. Biggest trolls. Yeah. Doing all the shit when I don't know. Well, look, just tell me so I can at least say thank you. I don't know what's happening, but I can at least thank you for it. And thank you for the bits, Trippy. That's very kind. You wanted to give me some drink money, but this little Talk, you don't have to do anything, man. There's no need for that. None of you have to. These are all here hanging out and talking shit. Makes my drive go quicker. Makes it less monotonous. Nibble gifted one to Thompson. Thank you, Caustic. Thank you. And thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. Fucking hell, lads. Let's focus on the road. Stop hyping it up. Thank you all. That's very kind of you. Just don't need to do that shit. And this isn't you don't need to do that in a do more, like you generally don't. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. I'm gonna pull over to the petrol station here now, because I am my mouth is dry as fuck. I need to get a bottle of water. Caustic's favourite little right there. Shut up and take it. I might take it from you, Magoo. I mean, you know. I mean, you're welcome. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you all. Oh, yeah? We can talk. See if I missed anything else. I don't think I missed anything else. Okay, great. Car wash would look great on stream. Right. What I am going to do is I'm going to briefly stop here. I'm going to run in and get myself something to drink because I don't have anything. So you can people watch anybody who walks by. I'm going to leave my phone there because I'm not taking it in. Car wash. I mean, I could, but 24680. Oh, thank you, Trippy. It's very sweet. I could do a car wash, but I don't really have the time for it, and the car's just going to get filthy on the drive there, so it'd be a waste. Yeah, I'm going to go get my drink. You can watch people. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Enjoy the view for the time being. Okay, and I'm back. Oh, he's checking out everybody. What did I miss? Look at this woman, what's her story? Leave the door on. You'll pay for a car wash stream on the way back. Don't be silly. What else did I miss? Just looking at everybody being people watching they don't know. The red short ones are staff. It's the uniform for the Circle K, which is the garage. So that's who those are. You're going to be DVDing and Fortniting later. Interesting, interesting. How are you finding Fortnite? You've really gotten back into the kick of it, right? There you go, Tuck. You won't have to go solo. Yeah, the no build one, I absolutely get. Since you have a new chair to test, did it arrive? Is it being put together right now? Hey Jack, how are you getting on? I mean, I know you said it was only 2 stops away, so it should be there. But it is a built. All right. Look after your boy, of course, Jack, of course. We most certainly will. I think that's the plan, HK. I think that's probably why Magoo said it's not getting done now. It'll be later. Call it. You want to build something trippy? What do you want to build? Sorry, I'm not moving just now. I'm just eating a like Rice Krispie cake thing. Just to have something in me. There, go build Magoo's chair. I'm sure you can get there in time, Trippy. You can put something in me. What can you put in me, Ash? Solo build your chair if you could. Yeah, get on the plane. Sort it. I mean, they are pretty handy to put together. They're not overly complicated. What money and what passport? You don't have a passport, Trippy? Why not? I guess if your passport lapsed or you haven't needed one for holidays or anything, there's no real point. Where's this motherfucker going? Right, let's hit the road again. God, just a nice cold water makes a hell of a difference. And out we go. Don't need a passport if you never travel abroad. Well, that's true, yes. Oh, Jesus, those potholes. You've never been overseas, Trippy? Alright. Never wanted to, or just never had the opportunity to? Gonna have to start going in here. I'm never gonna get it. And we're back on the road. Never had the opportunity or money to go overseas. Alright. Where are you located, Trippy? I don't remember if you've ever said. And when I say that, I mean, oh, Sydney, right, Australia. Well, I was just going to say, I don't need you to tell me the exact location, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I can understand in that situation, like, kind of good to go anywhere that's an expensive trip. I sometimes feel like in this part of the world we're spoiled a little. It's like it costs me next to nothing to take a plane over to the UK or a boat. It's very little to go then to Central Europe, and sure, once I'm there it's easy. You can take a train around all of Central Europe if you want. So it's not mental money to just visit random places. Venice, I have not. It's on my list. The next planned holiday, I think, won't be till next year. There is talk of maybe a weekend in Belgium in the next few months, potentially. But that'd be just like 3-4 days. I'd probably 3 days, 4 days, I don't know, a long weekend. I've never been to anywhere in Italy. I'd definitely love to go to Venice as well. It's on my list of places. But next will be Japan. There's a few of us planning Japan for 2024. So that's going to be a very expensive trip. And I'll need to put a fair whack of money aside for that. Looking at honeymoon places, Italy came up. But you'd have Harrison, so it needs to be child friendly. Well, that's the plan. I think last we talked, I know myself, Caustic and Kill were talking about doing Japan in 2024. But it is expensive as fuck, so like money dependent and all that thing, and like I was kind of open to whoever wanted to join us would be welcome to join us, but it is a very expensive trip. You got engaged in Rome again? Oh, that's sweet. Hey, Urana, how are you? Italy is quite expensive, relatively cheaply. Like, the flights aren't going to cost you an arm and a leg. But, like, the stuff for Japan, I think we were looking at for, say, if it's 3 weeks there, with all the tours and travel all over the island while you're there and everything, looking at you probably, if it happens that way, but the way I see it, if I'm gonna do Japan, I'm probably only gonna do Japan. Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad here for a little bit, unfortunately. I agree. Yeah, freeze time. I don't know if you still hear audio or not, or if it's jumping in or out, or if it's just completely frozen. But I know the bit rate's gone to shit, so it probably will restart soon. This is a dead zone at the moment. You're hearing the audio. You can hear bits of me. I'm supposed to talk about that. Just get worse for a little bit. Rome was over. Yeah, well, snowy. I guess it depends. It's whatever. But for a duration there, I'm sure it's a place. What do you like? Definitely, I'd like to see Venice. Oh, nice. It's more of Eastern Europe than I've been to Western Europe. Never been to Italy. I've been in France, mainly Paris, and a day trip out to Euro Disney, which is Paris as well, technically. Mr. Stutter, yep, it's picking up again, so we should start to see connection coming back. My bit rate is increasing. This should start to go. What's the objective of this game? What's the goal? To get to my destination without dying. That is generally the goal. Okay, that should be back to normal now. Oh, it's enough that it shouldn't be. It's always good. Where Hoop's place was, I'd never been there before either. So technically, I guess. But I haven't really taken any. Oh no, what am I talking about? I was in Canada this year as well. So yeah, I have. Fuck, what am I talking about? You could, you never stop traveling. Yeah, I mean, I hate airports, but who needs me? Yeah, nobody ever needs me anyway, because what are you talking about? It's grand. You're all easily chatting amongst each other. I'm not required for this conversation. I'll just provide the road noise. Yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot I was in Canada this year. It's silly. So technically I've been in two places this year I haven't seen before. It's also my first time in Birmingham. Thank you, Trippy. McGill does as well. She just likes to tease me, which is fine, you know. Everybody's allowed to take the piss. I know, McGill, I know. It was just like I'm thinking, I'm thinking in the last few months. I wasn't thinking the start of the year. I'm being an idiot. I didn't forget it, I almost forgot it. And it was my biggest holiday of the year, yes. Furthest distance, longest time, most done during holiday. Look, I'm still rehydrating, I'm focusing on the road. I'm gonna talk shy. I'm alright. Getting forgetful in my old age. One of your issues, you live in the north of Norway, travelling south. Yeah, I mean, for you, travelling is awkward and expensive, usually around it, so I understand you don't get to do it as much. Got to be careful now, because people might start thinking you're a suck up. Suck up as much as you like, Trippy. Never hurts anyone. If they don't like it, fuck them. Okay, that's water number 1 gone. Trying to open up water number 2 because I was fucking thirsty. As usual, I'm a thirsty bitch. But what's new there, yeah? I would love a suck up, McGill. I would absolutely love a suck up. It's been a while, you know. You'd love to travel if you didn't have so many phobias, especially planes. Have you been on a plane before, HK, or it's a fear you have, so you've never gotten on one? Never. All right. So what's the fear? You're afraid it's gonna crash. You're afraid it's what? planes in general and heights. I mean, heights, you just don't look out the window. But what is it about planes in general? I mean, we don't have to focus on this either, just because you said it, you know. Ah, Trippy. You are always most welcome and appreciated to be seen here. Yeah, there is. That's the thing. Statistically, you're more likely to be in a car crash than a plane crash. A lot more likely. You start planning your packing days in advance. I usually pack the day before I travel. Or maybe 2 days before I'll start packing, but I don't overly plan it. You don't like cars either? Okay, then that comparison doesn't work. Still looking to get over the Kills by public transport. Will take the better part of a full day, if not more. You'd walk everywhere if you could. Well, I mean, you don't need to do it by public transport. The cars exist. We can pick you up all the time, you know. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, but you girls need outfits for day and makeup for... Yeah, I understand. That's why I say I do understand. It's without being like, it's more of a woman thing. It is probably more of a woman thing, because there is that kind of stuff to take into consideration. Makeup, skincare, outfits, all that kind of thing, whatever. Whereas I just go, have I got X amount of pairs of trousers? Have I got X amount of t-shirts and underwear? Yeah, I have enough socks. Grand, job done. Bring my beard brush, bring fucking shampoo and conditioner, whatever. Shampoo, I don't really... Bring a shampoo and a shower gel or something, and then, yeah, job done. 3 outfits, 5 pairs of shoes. Jesus, I only ever bring 1 pair of shoes, which will be the shoes I'm wearing. Occasionally I'll bring a second pair if I think I might need it. Makeup and skincare takes up most of your room. Guess you're not the average female. Why would you say that, Trippy? The thing is, like, I feel in that sense, there's no such thing as the average anything, really. Some people like makeup and have a skincare routine. Some people don't. There's nothing wrong with either of those things. Some blokes have a skincare and makeup routine. Nothing wrong with that either. Gotten better and better though. Alright, hold on, sorry. I'll shave down right. Yeah, well, you got rid of a lot of clothes as well, so. What do you call a dog that can do magic? Go on, what do you call a dog that can do magic? Shut up. When once the state just... Once went to another state with just the clothes on your back. Yeah, I mean, I've travelled with very little. Usually I like to have, if I'm going somewhere for more than a day, I like to have a change of t-shirt or something, or underwear, but I mean, I've also just gone to places as I am. You love hearing me talk like what? You're on it. What? Like everybody is their own person? Then again, you were chased out of the state you always lived on. Fuck, that's not good, Trippy. Little abracadabrador, I fucking forgot that joke. Nice. Like slow travel, coach, train, ferry. Truly appreciate. Ah, yeah, I understand that. Ship all to Dublin's like an hour and a half tops, yeah. But it's true, Your Honour, like, as much as people want to go to... I've never been one for social norms as such. Like, I hate the term, like, that's not normal or that's not ordinary. There is a certain element to that, but, like, what's normal to me is not normal to somebody else. What's ordinary to me is not ordinary to somebody. Everybody's different points of view, everybody's different frame of mind. So, trying to put, like, a level on everybody, it just doesn't work that way. It's like trying to compare yourself to other people. Oh, they've got this, that and the other by this age, and they own this and they own... What's the fucking point? Yeah, they have shit, big whoop, like, who cares? Everybody deals with life in their own way at their own points and their own time. and maybe you don't want that shit, and it's okay. For some reason there's a surge of people not realising that. Yeah, got last minute ticket and everything. Fucking hell, Trippy, that doesn't sound like a good time though. We are now in County Longford, so we've done another county change. Just thought I'd let you know. Wouldn't mind train or cruise travel. I wouldn't mind. I've never done a cruise or anything like that. I'd say that would be fun potentially, but yeah, I don't know. Oh man, so wholesome. Hey Misty, how are you, my dear? How far away am I roughly? Probably another hour and a half, I'd say, or in and around that. You missed the train ride from Dublin to Ballina. Yeah, it is quite nice. How are you getting on, Misty? How's your day going? We're talking all kinds of shite while I drive. It's great. I like it. I'm providing dull background noises. Doing well, Misty, doing well. How are you? I'm on my way to Mayo to see Kill, Caustic and Hoop. Spend a few days there. And generally when I do these drives, I like to stream it for two reasons. One, it kind of makes the journey the people. And it also lets people see parts of the country they might not have ever seen, or have a look for, yeah, like Magoo was saying, for anybody from overseas. For example, like I'm driving on the left when half of you are used to driving on the right. That in itself is weird to see at times, you know, just shit like that. Can be interesting. Not saying it's not interesting to you. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, Magoo, I get it. There's differences, drastic differences in some places, whereas you could go, right, well, yeah, it's not the UK, but you'll have seen very similar stuff. Bashed by some people, threatened, so you fled. Forced them to get back after a month. More threats were said. Fucking hell. Sorry to hear that, Tribby. Lurking for a bit and it's very chill, you love it. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Misty. At night I find another place to go and then snuck back to Sydney. This chat is going quick. I had 4 months without telling anyone, including family. Fucking hell. Yeah, I mean, probably not knowing who to trust and not trusting anybody was a good move for the time being. I'm sorry to hear you had to deal with that though. Definitely more green than London. Oh yeah, well that's for sure. It's impressive how I can deal with both chat and the road. Well, that's because I'm not paying attention. I'm not looking at the road, you know. Nah, I just glance. The thing is, it's the same because it's on my windscreen. It's literally a glance to my left and read quickly, and then look back at the road again. So it's not too bad. Thank you, Urana. Ireland is so green. It is indeed. Yeah, that's the most important thing. Better place, better people. Why am I driving naked? I'm not, Esther. I wouldn't want to submit anybody to that view. And why am I on the other side of the road? That's the part I knew was going to freak you out. So HK, the part that'll get you again, and probably Esther as well. You always feel safe being a passenger. Good, I'm glad to hear that, Urana. You've been in the car a few times with me, so I'm glad to hear it. Roundabouts. So like I said, HK, nothing on my right, so I have right away. Left lane, first and second exit, so I'm taking this exit here. So I get out here, job done, roundabouts dealt with. That's straightforward. In a better place now. Very little amount of people in your life, mainly have us. Well, having less people in your life, I would say, isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's not about quantity, it's generally about quality. With good people you can trust in your life, there not being as many is usually, I think most people usually into their adult life kind of drift apart from people more and more and get a more tight-knit group of friends that is more trust in and they can rely on more, and I always think that's the better way. Pretty green where you live. but Ireland puts your green to shame. Look, we get a lot of rain. We're only a small country. Think you would too? I drive like an old lady. Yeah, we do. Of course I do. How do I control my car properly? Quite easily. I'm missing a bit to this now. Play the beep and wave game. No, I'm good. Thanks, Shadow. Drive better than old ladies. The last old lady you were in the car with kept jerking the car because you weren't able to keep their hands on the wheel. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it. Never thought I'd have to say thank you for that comment, but you know, appreciate us all and bring extra happiness to your life. I was looking forward to it. Oh, I'm very happy to hear that, Trippy. We appreciate you as well. I guess it wasn't going fast enough for them. And yeah, sure, I think I can say it for most people here, we're all here, you know, we're all around. If you're not on one of the Discords, jump on one of the Discords. I'm pretty sure you're in Magoo's anyway, and like, we're all pretty much there. Message away anytime you want, contact anybody if you need it. Everybody's down to help everybody. I also don't drive too fast on winding roads. Yeah. Beep and wave game. I don't play the beep and wave game. I know what you're talking about though, Shadow. Usually at home, Ben. Okay. You get car sick? Yeah, I used to. Years ago, but it's thankfully gone away. Mostly to scare old ladies. That's just dick move, Shadow. I'm not surprised that you do that though. Don't think you can drive looking at the outside of the lines? Why? To walkers, yeah, I get what you're saying. Your dad calls it make the old man wave game. I mean, you get that generally especially in rural Ireland. You'll get a lot of people just as you're driving waving at you anyway. It's kind of, you don't have to beep. People will just wave just say hello. Or if you give right away or let them overtake you easily, like the woman in front of me in that car, because I pulled over to the left a bit to let her get past me easier, will put on her hazards and say thanks. Little things like that happen all the time. Feel like you need to be on the inside of centre line? Alright. You and your missus did a good one the other day. There's some alcoholics. Fucking hell. Possibly send you an invite to the Discord messages. There you go. New Yorkers don't wave, we flip off. Yeah, but that's not an excuse. That's what I'd say. I mean, do you? Different people have different ways of doing things, and generally speaking, most people are pretty friendly on the roads here, and will be happy to say thank you for letting them out, or will let you out and shit like that. There's not too many aggressive drivers. Canada, I was shocked by. Cultural differences, yes, exactly. Canada, for how nice Canadian people are, they drive like fucking lunatics. Like literally nobody. I was on the motorway, freeway, whatever you want to call it, and the speed limit was 100 kilometers an hour. That's what I was doing. Every car on the road was blasting past me, and I mean fucking blasting past me. Because I said it to my friend, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And like, yeah, Canadian drivers are lunatics. European drivers are way better. I think New Yorkers don't drive like lunatics. I wouldn't know. I've never been to New York, so I couldn't possibly have a clue. I don't think I drive like a Shadow. A Shadow, I would guarantee you would drive like a lunatic. I don't think you do anything not like a fucking lunatic. By BMW X5M to go walking speed. Jesus Christ. It's not breaking the law, it's speeding for a price, isn't that it? I remember Wolfie, he's one of the guys we play well with a bit. Oh, there are crazy drivers in every country, of course. It's like crazy people in every country has it. And then culturally, it depends on what's the norm in the country as well. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? No, we're not. Your missus is a goody two-shoes. So what you're saying is your missus is a safe driver and you're a dangerous driver. That's what I'm hearing there. No, not yet, HK. You'll know when we're there because the signal will go. I probably won't get... Like, I'll keep going till I pull up to the house, basically. But the stream will probably die before I get there because there is an absolutely gorgeous view pulling up to Ennisco, where... Make sure I'm paying attention to this, sorry. Yeah, just an absolutely gorgeous view. For it's a long, you go through a forest and it's a long entrance way, and it's just beautiful. And a big field up to the main house, but I probably won't catch most of that. Where am I going? I'm going to County Mayo. I'm going from the east coast of Ireland to the west coast, which is about 3.5 hour drive to go over to Kill and Caustic and Hoop. Want to move to the UK? Well, Esther, next year you'll be there for college, so you'd be a dangerous driver because you've never really driven before. I wouldn't say you'd be a dangerous driver because you've never driven before, Trippy. I find if you've never driven before, you're probably going to be more cautious when you start to drive, which can be dangerous in a sense depending where you are, but of course you're not going to go out onto fucking motorways if you're a new driver. So, you know, I think most new motorists aren't dangerous, they're just very cautious. Imagine if you can meet up for drinks. Yeah, well, if Esther gets that course in London, that's not that far away from you, right? You can do that in a day, no bother. Take day trips up, or over, should I say. What are drinks? You know what they are. They're those things that keep you alive, Shadow. Yeah, you don't drive. Yeah, but you could learn. Yeah. Everyone knows you know what drinks are, Shadow. You forget, you pop in here hammered half the time. You're made of alcohol, exactly. Roadworks, no road markings, okay. So pay extra attention. Okay, dickhead. Exactly, that's what I thought. Yeah, no, I figured that's where you were going with that. We know you know. Do enough driving with driving people up the wall. Well, that's just another form of driving. Fucking noise coming out. I thought there was something wrong with my engine there for a second. Just because there's no tarmac, it's the road. Most of the time you're in this site, you're pissed. Yep, we know. We had noticed the shadow. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with being drunk because you're never offensive when you're drunk. You know, you come in, be pissed, say some random shit, and then say, right, you're too drunk, you're gonna go drink more or go to bed. Fucking hell. I do not like the noise my car is making right now. Driver's license or a car. Yeah, I mean, well, driving license here isn't that expensive. Cars vary. Like I bought this car, I think I bought this car for like 1800 euro when I got it, and I've had it like 4 or 5 years, maybe more at this stage. When's party games? When Jackbox? Not for a couple of weeks yet, Shadow. Hey, McDonald's, yep. There'll be plenty of them around as well. So many cones. Can we stop at McDonald's? But you wouldn't see inside anyway, so you want a Big Mac. I have never had a Big Mac. I don't think I have anyway. Because their burger sauce is a mix with tomato sauce, and I don't do that, so cheeseburgers, extra pickles. You want a Whopper? See, little things like this is what I'm talking about. Like, he's towing, he knows he's slow down, so he just pulls over to the hard shoulder to let me by, and I very much appreciate that. So I'll give him a flash of lights, he'll flash back. Job done. You feed a hamburger to the camera. Yeah, just get one and mush it into my phone and then throw it out the window. Let's call them Borbers. Why would you call them Borbers? Oh, Trippy said Borbers. I just automatically, yeah, I automatically corrected it in my head. I didn't even realise. How are you after the Rona, actually? I meant to ask Shadow. Have you gotten your taste and smell back yet? HK, up on the right here is the giant fiddle I was talking about. Side of the road, aside the hill. Hopefully you can see it. You might have missed it though. I should have given more advance notice. I forgot I was on this road. Takes between 2,000 to 4,000 euros to take the driver's license test there. What the fuck? Why? That's crazy expensive. What's that all about? Can we go play it? It is stringed, I think, but no, it wouldn't play. Every man and his dog came in. Said that just as it came up. Ah, right. Trippy saw it. Think you're going for a nice big salad today? Only 23 degrees, Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, it's 15 here right now. In my car, it's probably more. Takes a military license to get one. Oh, for yours? Yeah. Right, this is where I need to start paying a bit more attention to my maps. So I might miss a few messages. Just because I need to make sure. Only to, yeah, well, are you back in the boy again? You're back in the boy, aren't you? Yeah, I was gonna say 47. Shadow, I don't know how you fucking survive in that, man. A Welsh lad in 47-degree weather. Mental. Yeah, it's 15 here, and that is where I like it to be. I'd like it to be less, but you know, I'm okay with it at this. The car is a little warm, so I'm letting some air out of the car though. All that hot air coming out of me. starts getting lost, yep. Make it even worse at Welsh ginger, lad. Nothing wrong with being ginger. You like it to be in the 20s. I'm only saying that because I have my beard to keep warm. Yeah, I run hot HK. I'm always warm, so I don't like it to be too warm. If it's warm, it's warm. It's whatever. I deal with it. But it's also a case of, like, I generally prefer the cold, because if you get too hot, you can strip down, but there's only a certain level you can get to and you can't strip anymore. If you get too cold, you can always put something extra on you. You know what I mean? So you can always warm up. But yeah, I'm always fucking warm as well, so that's why I like the cold. You look like a ghost. There's nothing wrong with that either, shut up. If you're ginger, you're more susceptible to the sun, so you gotta be more careful. You're like a personal heater. Yeah, I'm the same, Trippy, I'm the same. I'm like a fucking furnace half the time, so I like the cold. Usually I only feel the cold if I'm getting sick or it's exceptionally cold out. When I'm sick, yeah, then I'm fucked. But, you know, otherwise... But yeah, I don't mind, like, if it's kind of in the 20s, that's okay. High 20s I don't like. After that, I'm not a big fan of, but, like, anywhere between 10 to 22 or so, I'm alright with it, I don't mind. Just depends on the day. If it's fucking dead and there's no wind and there's no moisture in the air, then yeah, it's horrible. But otherwise, 15 years in Iraq and Afghanistan made you used to the heat. Yeah, well, that's it. You've had your time to spend in basically fucking that kind of climate. You'd be used to it. That'd be nothing to you anymore. A few times I feel like I want to have so many bits that you miss out on. It's gonna start to see it coming, and it's gonna jump in and out like crazy. Wait. It's not my business. It's just getting worse at the moment. Eventually. 56. Jesus. Keep on that thing. Yes. And the lowest kid so far. Alright, this is where we slow down a bit. Thank you, thank you. Is that anything like cabs? You probably can't hear me anyway. We do not. It's not pure black. Kind of is, really. Can't stomach regular black coffee. Yeah, I'm not a fan of coffee anyway, so. We're starting to pick back up again. It's for lunatics. HK, how can you say stuff like that? It's for whoever wants to enjoy it. Hello there. Yeah, I was about to say, I was just saying it's starting to pick back up, so hopefully it'll kick in fully now. There's a bit of a long patch of dodginess there. There's a lot of people who drink. I went again. Oh yeah, it's dropping again. You can do about that. The downside. Shit. Even if I had a mob from this now again. All the sheep. Just. Oh God, you can do it, believe in you. Facts. Well. Every time I mention it drops, yeah. That's okay. I don't even know what I would have said. Well, we're back now. Should be back up to full now at this point. But just had each other to chat to, so like Miguel said, you don't need me, it's grand. Every time it drops, spam drops. Yes, for now. I did say, and I always do say, that on these journeys, signal will drop multiple times. It's just part of it. I'm driving across the country. There's some very rural areas that I pass through where it's going to be really shit for signal. That's going to happen. It'll still happen another 2 or 3 times. And then when I get to Mayo, yeah, the signal is dog shit where I'm going as well. So you're at 160 peaks. Your app hates your stream for some reason. Well, it's going up to, well, that's because I'm just at the picking up signal again, Snowy. I really like this little town. It always looks lovely. They usually have, oh yeah, it's now, they used to have like a little market all along here. Now it's mostly just high-vis jackets and stuff that they sell and work gear. But on certain days you'll come here and there's a massive outdoor market, people selling all this shit. This looks, yeah, this is always like, all the buildings are different sizes, different colours. It's a nice little village, I like it. I'll be missed when I get there. Ah, trippy, little sweetheart. It doesn't help that some of the schools are getting out now, so I might start to see a bit of traffic. Swinford, not quite. Hey Kat, how are you doing? I am in... Shit, where am I now? I don't know, Your Honour. It's the honest answer. I can't remember what this town is called. It's one of those. I drive through it so many times, but I just forget the name. Kind of not paying attention. Remember Swiftford because they had a charity shop there. Some guy behind me in a 2003 Porsche. I just looked back and went, what the fuck, is that really some guy driving a Porsche on these roads? Alright. Yeah, Swinford's the other side from the direction I'm coming in. Jazzy, yes. Wedding, yeah. More money than sense. Oh, after the wedding, yeah. Oh, we're getting drops. Oh shit, we are getting drops. Thanks, HK. Should be only temporary though. This section isn't usually too bad, so it should pick up. At least the guy is staying true to the stereotype and overtaking up because of the flame. Yeah, after when responses for the wedding talk. Alright, shit. It's starting to pick up again. So hopefully you'll hear some of it. The wedding. Yeah, so we were all at Kill's wedding. So whose place it is I'm going to. Basically, he had his wedding, obviously, in Mayo. And then had his reception. They built a massive gazebo beside the main house on the grounds. But he had, basically, we all played WoW together. That's how we all met each other. And he had a table at his wedding for the WoW people. What is the beeping? Is that my car? There's no beeping here. So if you're hearing something beeping, it's not from my side. The cool kids table, yeah. It was funny because it was the first time a lot of us had met each other in person. You all hear it, right, chat? Nice try, Magoo, nice try. Are you just trying to make me paranoid? You did hear a beep. I don't know what to tell you. It's like a phone alert. Oh shit, there might have been a phone alert. Actually, that could have been the case. Because it is on my phone and I didn't have my phone set to no notification. So if somebody sent me a message, there could have been a lot of that. So that's probably what you heard. I didn't hear it, but you were on my phone. You know what I mean? So probably. Meeting Rage was amazing. Yeah, he was gas. You weren't trolling for once. Yeah. Well, I didn't hear it. That's why I was saying I don't hear a beep, but for once. Yeah, so it was probably a notification on my phone. Probably WhatsApp going off, because I do see there's a WhatsApp notification on my phone. So it probably the lads sending a message asking where I am or something. Or just responding to each other as they collect hoop up. Something like that, maybe. But you shouldn't hear that again now. I've changed the notifications quickly there. I just put the slider so it doesn't. It's vibrate only. Shouldn't make any sound notifications. I meant to do that initially because just in case I got any emails or stupid shit like that, so that didn't happen. So apologies for that. I thought I'd done it. Hoop going through knock. He is indeed, yeah. So Caustic's picking him up, which is what I'm saying. That's probably him saying he's arrived or they're on the way or something like that. Which is what you were hearing, I'd say. Careful, the goose pulling out the guns. Better watch yourself. What's the occasion anyway? Everybody's off, so might as well hang. Well, it was more so Hoop has the time off. Sausage Fest, yeah, it is. Well, other than Kill's wife and Caustic's girlfriend who will be around, it will be a bit of a sausage fest. But it was more so Hoop wanted to come over to Ireland and he didn't have a passport, so his passport arrived, so it was kind of coincided with the self-catering cottage that we're staying in on DJ's place being free on these dates, so those dates kind of worked for Hoop as well. And then I just booked today and tomorrow off work, so make it a 4-day thing, and then I'm just going to work remotely from Mayo on Monday and Tuesday, and I'll drive home on Tuesday night because Hoop was flying home Tuesday night. And I probably wouldn't have driven home Tuesday night potentially, but I have a meeting I have to attend for work on the Wednesday, and they've booked a conference room in some fucking hotel in Dublin, so I have to go for that. So I'll have to go back to Tuesday night. So that's why I'm saying there will be a driving stream on Tuesday as well. After I finish work, I'll be off. Well, I'll hang with the lads for a little bit and then I'll be off. McGill, you stop thinking about Sausage Fest, alright? Dorky. Starting to think I shouldn't have, as much as I needed the water, I now need to pee. Like what? Sorry, what? Yeah. Sure, McGill, you don't know what I'm talking about. How could you possibly? Sausage. Yes, it's not Sausage Saturday, but you know, it could be. It could always be. I'm kind of hoping, I don't know, we haven't really got anything planned, so it'll be like go for dinner, go for drinks, hang out, talk shit, usual stuff. But part of me is kind of hoping we might have a chance to go to those seaweed baths. It's so fucking nice. It's so relaxing. It can be a sausage day anyway, any day you like. Exactly. Well, every day is a sausage day. I can't get rid of it, so you know, it's always here. And then maybe see if Caustic wants to build an axe throwing target. Because we've been talking about some axe throwing the last time, and there's the materials stuff for it there that we could do it, so we might try and build an axe throwing target and throw some axes if the lads are down for it. Our boys need some pampering. Oh, HK, I cannot tell you how, like, I've never been one to pamper or do anything like that, but it was last year, you see, and you basically get into, it's right on the sea, so they're literally piping seawater in and heating it up, so it's scalding hot seawater. You have a load of seaweed in the base of the bath when you get into it. It's a copper bath. You fill it up as much as you want. Then they have a steam box as well in the room, so you can get in and out as much as you want. Get into the steam box, close it around you, and steam the shit out of yourself. Get back in the bath, relax. You have an hour in there basically, and there's also an overhead like waterfall shower that you can pull that then pipes freezing cold seawater on top of you, so you can finish off with the freezing cold seawater. And it is so fucking relaxing. Like, honestly, when I done it, I was like, it felt nice, but it wasn't that relaxing. It's whatever. And then we opened the door and went outside, and the air hit, and it was just like every worry, every care, every stress just melted out of your body. It felt so fucking relaxed. It was amazing. I highly, highly recommend anybody's never tried something like that. If there's a place anywhere like that, go do it. It was fucking amazing. It was great. Like, Caustic, I think, ended up buying a year's membership with them for, like, I think it was like you can go to like a bath session a month or something like that. It was for X amount, or you could save them up and do multiples and all that. It's like how you do saunas. Yeah, same principle basically. Relax, nice and warm, and then finish off by fucking dumping ice cold water in yourself. A nice shock to the system to get it all out. But it was really nice. I'd definitely do it again. But yeah, if anybody has anything like that anywhere near them, do it. If not, if you're ever over this side of the world and you're coming to Mayo, we'll make sure that gets onto the itinerary. It's nice as well because it's really not that expensive. I was shocked at how cheap it was by comparison to what I expected. And they also have couples rooms, so like Kill and his wife got a couples room, myself and Costa got our own rooms, and so you can just steam and bathe and all that in there and alternate for couples and shit. And it's, yeah, again, the rates are just really good. Highly recommend. Right, where are we at now? On our way to Westport. We're not going to Westport. There we go. 72 kilometers from Ballina, so we're not that far away now. Once we're into Ballina, it's another 15-20 minutes to cross Malina. Cross Malina, it's another 10 minutes to Ennisco. So we're getting closer. So definitely within the hour, maybe 40 minutes-ish. Maybe. .72 kilometers. What did we start at? 280, 300, I think, something like that, from where I was to where I'm going. So we've travelled about 200 kilometers so far, maybe in that region. I mean, we have been going probably close to 3 hours, I'd say, because I noticed it did cut off at one time, about 100 kilometers an hour then. Just under that, I'd say, yeah, because some zones are 120, some zones are 60. There was traffic and backups on the motorway and shit like that, so slower to some parts, faster to others. Most of these roads have been 80 to 100, so I've been kind of doing about that. Some of the smaller roads you kind of have to be careful as well. So some of them, which is what I was taking the piss out of Kill for yesterday, some of them will say 80 and it's kind of like, yeah, we dare you, you know, you do not fucking travel 80 on those roads. It's mental. They're tiny fucking country windy roads, but if you're local and you know them like the back of your hand, then yeah, it's whatever, you just fucking go. I just like to take the piss out of him about it. But he knows them like the back of his hand. He's been driving them fucking half of his life, if not more. So he doesn't have to worry about it. These ones, it's just usually we are dropping frames now though, so it'll probably start to drop a bit, unfortunately, just as a pre-warning in case you haven't noticed, which you should have noticed. But oh no, actually maybe not, it's starting to increase again. Never mind, disregard, I'm talking shit as per usual. It is going up and down, so maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully stay stable. A few seconds there, but last time you said it cut. Yeah, I know, it's gonna cut again. The reason I'm saying, you said it wouldn't cut, yeah. The reason I'm saying this, I see the bit rate on my screen, and I've gone from 6,000 to 2,000. And it's dropping more, so we're definitely going to be dropping frames now. You're prepared to ride it out for a few minutes. Well, I'm glad you're still hanging and enjoying. That's the main thing. That is French Park. 68 kilometers. Ballina. You've kept me on while you're working. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Jordy. I know quite a few people have said they do enjoy the driving streams, mainly because like the road noise is just the one constant dull, monotonous tone, which is basically just a real kind of calming sound. It kind of helps. It's like, I mean, I figure it works like white noise, really. So, and then you just have to listen to me shite on over it. This is chill for sure. I'm glad you're enjoying it again. Yeah, hopefully work's chilling out a bit for you now, Jordy. If not, sure, almost there. The day is almost done. Hectic and kind of tiring, but it's going fast. Yeah, the day is nearly done. Work day is almost over. Back home and chilling out before you know it. Sights are pretty nice. Yeah, I gotta say, HK, this is always, I wish, again, it's why I say I said it a few times and then I forget about it and then I think about it the next time, which is like, we should really look into some kind of head-mounted system so we could be looking a bit side to side to show people other views maybe. I don't know if it's viable, and it's probably a lot for, it probably costs quite a bit for very little usage, so it might never happen, but it's just a thought. Miss the foliage here. Oh yeah, it's always like this. Jesus, I remember coming down, I think it was around here actually, near the, or just back there one year, and the potholes were fucking terrible. We'd had a bad frost on the roads and I hit one. It was a long time ago. It was one of my other cars, and the noise was so bad that people came out of their houses to have a look, and of course I flattened the fucking tire. So that was fun. Thankfully I had a puncture thing in my boot, so I could just pump it in and get moving. Just finished down the car construction site to home. Fantastic, glad to hear it hot. I'm sure Snowy's looking forward to you being back at the wheel. I know you're saying he's not used to driving all the time. To enjoy yourselves. No doubt Snowy will be on some 7 days to die again. What have you been playing these days, Hot? Are you tempted by the new WoW shit at all? It's almost 2 o'clock. Nice. I've 2 o'clock, okay. For a second I almost read that as an IV. I'm like, wait, sort of lost your way, which, yeah, it's going away for me as well. I know they released new stuff yesterday, so I'll check that out because my sub is still active, because I went for the year one a while ago. So it's probably got like 7 months left in it. So I will log on and have a look, but I don't know. I'd say I might try the raid out, but I haven't really felt the itch to play it much these days. So I've just been enjoying other games really, apart from Dead by Daylight, which there's always a love-hate relationship with that game. there's just other games like picking up 7 Days to Die has been fun, and trying out a load of other games and just doing playthroughs and stuff. It's nice to just enjoy those games. Just need a little break from the game. Yeah, well, that's it. I haven't really been playing it as much lately at all. The thing is, for me, it was when I realised I was only really logging onto it once a week for the WoW raid with Nivian's group. That is kind of like, yeah, I'm only logging onto this, playing the raid, and then logging off. And I'm like, is it worth paying to do this in a game? Like, am I getting my work out of it? So that was kind of making me think. But then I was enjoying it again, so I got the big sub. Oh, Final Fantasy, hot and snow. Snowy keeps trying to get me in. Oh, there's another suit of armour statue, but you probably missed it because it was too long before I said it. I didn't even do any raids. Yeah, I know how you were never one for raiding. Well, not since the Cata days, really. Hey, Love Egg, how are you, my dear? How's your day? It's going well, thank you. It's nearly there. I'd say another half hour, 40 minutes, maybe thereabouts. I don't know what this person's doing, so I'm just gonna get past them because they're moving very slow. But yeah, how's your day been? How was work? What'd you get up to? Well, actually overtaking, yeah. Because they were going under the speed limit. And making me slow down. Never thought to see it. Look, all I'll say is I just stay at the speed limits. That's how I've always driven. That's how I always will drive. Dutch. I'm not in Red Dead. Going alright, it's hot as fuck today. Shorty. You tried. You got there in the end. There's a difference between centering myself and not rising to it. I know Magoo's trolling me and just trying to get me to be a salty little bitch. You always rise. Yeah, I do as well sometimes, but I try not to as much. Not trying to get you to do anything, yeah. Just slide into the DMs, Magoo. You can get me to do whatever you want there. Oh shit. The funny thing is, like, as salty and bitchy as I get on streams and shit, that shit goes away within 2 seconds. Nothing's ever really bothered me too much. The only person who's ever really made me properly angry is my younger brother. Like, he's one of the very few people who can do it. Because he knows, and I've learned eventually, for years he used to poke and poke and poke, and he really actually pissed me off. And then he'd laugh about it because he's a bollocks. But yeah, usually most don't get to me like that. Like, I'll get salty for a minute and then it's whatever, like. Most of the time. Poking asleep and chat. Nah, not all, HK. I'll tell people to fuck off, it's fine, like, but if I didn't, but the thing is with me, yeah, siblings, exactly. If I didn't like somebody, I just wouldn't talk to them, you know? I don't pull the be aggressive and pissed off and angry at people usually. I know I come across that way sometimes, and it's something I've tried to be conscious about most of the time, because I have had a lot of people tell me in real life that, like, I come across angry about things sometimes, or like I have friends, lifelong friends now, that were scared of me when they first met me, shit like that. I don't know, I don't get it. But yeah, like, If I'm taking the piss out of you, it's because I like you. If I don't like you, I actually just won't talk. That's usually the thing for me. If I don't like somebody, I don't talk to them. I won't say hello to them. I won't say anything to them. I'll just... Or they might get a nod, but not angry, but very sassy. Ah, yeah, that's the Irish in me. I have to be a sassy bitch. It's part of my lifestyle. Look, at the end of the day, as well, as I always say it, I can say the fun, sassy, clapped back comment, or I can be serious. And funny is always going to take it. I can't be funny very often, so when I get the chance to be, I have to take it. Let's start the sassy club. Let's do it. Most of the time. Until they think I'm actually serious. And then they don't. But you know, I can't do anything about that. I feel like I've overestimated or underestimated the time it's going to take. So this entire community, yeah, exactly. Everybody's a sassy bitch here. Everybody has their moments. And there's some fucking crackers that come out. This gang basically raised me in online communication, so yeah, the sassiness comes from them. Yeah, that's why everybody thinks you're Irish, Joanna. I still find that so funny, because to me it's just like, I didn't consider the time I'd be spent lost. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that was it. To me, I don't hear it, but I understand why other people hear it when they talk to you for the first time, Joanna, because you use our mannerisms quite a lot. I'm just glad you stopped apologising. You were making a TikTok video. What was your TikTok video, Trippy? And we are now in County Mayo. None of the Irish people do. Yeah, exactly. We know the difference. That's why we don't think you do. They just hear you saying grand and using other mannerisms and they go, wait, you're Irish? Like, what are you talking about? But my main thing is at least you've stopped worrying about that we think you're trying to sound Irish or anything like that. Because I remember when you first started getting that comment from people, you'd be like, I'm not trying to do this. Like, you were worried that we think you were like appropriating our Irishness or some shit. Like, yeah, we don't care. Don't worry about it. It's all good. You're one of us. It's grand. I remember you saying a few comments to me about that before, and like, what the fuck are you talking about? You spend all your time talking English to us. Use British Aussie slang all the time. It's fun. Yeah, why not? Like, if you're around people that use certain slang terms, you're going to use them as well. It's just natural. It's going to happen. Did a lip sync of You Notice the Attitude, but not the anchors come. What? Because never sat you down with, that's our language. Yeah, well, I don't think she ever would either. Well, in your life, you're surrounded by people who picked on you for anything you did. Yeah, no, I get that, Joanna. I do understand that as well. But that's why it's extra kind of important to make sure of stressing that point home about, yeah, don't worry about it. We don't look at you that way. We don't see it that way. Unless you wanted, and then she might charge you for that. Yeah, she was. I'd said that to you for a while, but you're welcome to try. There's very few people I've ever heard do an Irish accent properly, and it's rather annoying when they fuck it up. all you have to do is go to Magoo's Coffee page, exactly, and put in the yes mistress tip, and she'll get back in touch with you. I get that as well, Your Honor. I understand that. What accents can you do, Tribby? Yeah, Your Honor, the yes mistress tip. She gets back to you whenever the fuck she feels like it, because you're a little bitch, and that's part of it. Norwegian slang with anyone. I mean, if you're gonna signal's dropping a bit now. I won't say anything of importance, and I'll repeat what I said. Right, we're picking up again. Can you all hear me? Maybe. You might still be able to hear me. Jinxed it, yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, exactly. No worries, love egg. Thank you for hanging. Thank you. Enjoy. Had an Arabic accent, British accent, African accent, Greek accent, American accent, and Kiwi. Interesting. But that's what others have picked up on. Yeah. What I'd said, Your Honor, that you missed was basically, Magoo said, if you want me to admonish you, you go to my coffee page, and I said, right, yeah, and you submit the yes mistress payment, and she'll get back to you whenever the fuck she wants, because you're a little bitch, and that's part of the process. Vocal cords must be made of clay. I've had people trying, it's one of those things where somebody says, oh, we'll do it now. You're like, well, now you're putting me on the spot. But whereas I guess you might slip into it unintentionally at some stages. There you go, you heard it that time, I'm guessing. End up disconnecting. Oh, shit, I really should have set this up that I don't. So I kind of want to pull this map up because it's been saying the same amount of kilometers for the last 10 fucking kilometers. I'm going on the right road, but I feel like I'm not paying enough attention. It must be close, right? According to this, another 40-ish minutes. I might cut out here, but I need to do this for a second. Okay, I'm hopefully back and didn't cut out, but we'll see. I've been touring in about 3 kilometers. I didn't cut out. Excellent. Fantastic. It's good to know then. I thought I did earlier because I went into my maps fully rather than having the small version of it, but I guess I didn't. It's probably just coincided with poor signal and dropping out. So that just means I can jump in and out and check it. Yeah, so I'm about just under 40 minutes away. Roughly now. So I'll get like a full typical stream out of the drive. It is usually a 3.5 hour drive depending. So it's kind of what I was expecting as well. And then plus, because I came from the city centre, not from my house, that added an extra bit of time onto it as well. Because I basically had to come from the city centre back to the direction of my house, and then pass where the area where I live, to go this way, because it's out this direction, not from the city centre way I drove in. So that tacked on about 20 minutes, half an hour. Jeez, it's getting sunnier and warmer here now. You'll have to let me know how you get on with your chair. I'll be interested to see after you've used it for 2 or 3 days if you start to get that ache in the back of your legs or not. Because I know I had it. I know 2 or 3 people who had those chairs who've had that, but I know a few people who haven't. Because I know initially I was like, shit, this maybe I fucked up buying this chair and it's really not comfortable and it's not the right chair for me. And I was literally just my legs getting used to a firm foam padding rather than a fucking cushion. But I'm curious if it'll have that effect or not. Hopefully it doesn't. And sure, it'll still be better than your other chair for your back and for your poor arse fucking numbing that other thing. At least you'll be sorted and more comfortable. Plus the amount of angles you can recline on that. Well, you know, you've already used one of them, so I don't need to tell you about it. You know what you're getting. So this is Swinford now, Your Honor. We're finally taking a turn, and we're going towards Swinford and Ballina. Share so important. Well, it's more so not. It's not just streaming. It's for working. Like it goes in the same boat. Like I work from my desk and I stream from my desk. So you want a decent chair. You like a straight back? Yeah, I do the same. To be honest, I'm always sitting straight up. Even when I'm driving, I don't like to be reclined, and I don't like to recline in my chair. Even though like it does recline massively, I don't like to recline it. I prefer sitting up straight. Fucking hell, you do, Your Honor, you do. You're feeling homesick? Aww, that's cute. Seeing all the areas you really enjoyed. I need to pull the window down a little bit. It's hot as fuck in the car now. So we'd pass in this charity shop as well, I think, actually, on this drive. I think that's it there to the right, the hospice shop. To be honest, gone DJing Colette summer after your dad was attempted murder, blamed for soul, slept so much on a, yeah. A bomb for the soul, yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, they just went, it's fine. Exactly, you get to just chill and unwind, and there's no stress or expectation. That's the good thing about getting there. Like you're there away from everything and everyone. It's quiet, it's remote, it's beautiful, you're surrounded by good people. Like, I think that's why everybody loves going to Kills Place. It's just good vibes, good people, chill atmosphere, no expectation of you have to do X, Y, or Z. Do whatever the fuck you want. It's your holiday kind of thing, you know? So if you want to just sit in the garden, sit by the fire, walk the gardens, walk the forest, go down to the lake, whatever the fuck. Thank you for the lurk, Mayo. Hopefully work isn't too crazy. And they have a bar square. Stop hiding in the shadows, get out here. She can still peep, exactly. She's got her Chelsea peep to use. Get that spyglass out. And pennies. It's gas how much you enjoyed pennies. But I do understand if you don't have anything like that, and you don't have anything like that. Almost home. I'm almost back as well. I've got about another half an hour. Cost expensive here compared. Yeah, I know. I remember you saying the pricing of some of the stuff, and I mean, like, it's hard to beat. Like, if you go into Pennies and you can pick up a fucking t-shirt for $2.50 kind of thing, or a pair of socks for fucking €2, that's just silly. All the roadworks is done now as well, Joanna. You might remember some of this area where it was just cones all the time. It's all done. Just nice roads. Cheap t-shirt there is €15. Jesus Christ. Start looking at QWERTY maybe, because I know like QWERTY deliver all over the world, and they often have their €4, like €5, £4, $5 sales, and shipping is usually pretty cheap. Now I know you're in the area where shipping is always expensive, but you never know. It's worth a look. Thanks to Biden, you don't have to worry about doxing DJ's place. Yeah, right. Started ordering from Shein. Right. No, it's not ethical, but you don't care. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if you're only looking for sourcing ethical materials and ethical everything, there's very few places. Like Pennies isn't going to be fucking ethical either, I'd imagine. There's very few places that probably can. Anywhere that can afford to give you cheap shit, it's because their labour costs are so low. Unless you're in a supermarket, in which case, and you're in a big chain store, they take a loss to get you in the door and do loss leaders and all that shit, so that's different. But yeah, let's not go down that road. Ethics are a privilege sometimes. Yeah, that's it. It's hard to be ethical if you can't afford it. And the thing is, most of the time, ethical source stuff requires quite a substantial amount of cash, and if you're not with that cash flow, then you know, you can want things to be fair, you can want things to be whatever way, but you can't afford it to be that way. I understand it. If you can't afford it, you sure. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Jesus, it's turned into a cracking day here now as well. The skies are clearing up. This gives me hope for tonight. We might get a nice clear sky. I don't know if he brought his camera though. He was saying he wanted to do a bit of stargazing or photography if it was a clear sky, because you can see some amazing amount of stars where we're going at the right time. If it's a clear night. See the fucking belt of the Milky Way sometimes, although I've never been lucky enough for that. Stop getting warm. Sorry, you're gonna deal with some of the outside noise as well now. You gotta admit, one of the nicest memories you have is me and Costa was just sitting on the grass at night looking at the stars. Yeah, that was lovely. Yeah, it was like, yeah, the grass is gonna be wet. Like, yeah, fuck it, who cares? It was fine, you're right. I do remember that fondly as well. That was because we were all like, should we be getting on the grass? We might, damn it. Let's not stand on the grass. And fuck it, let's just lie down. And we just lay there for a little while. It was lovely. I mean, you gotta appreciate the view you can get in places like that, especially for the night sky. And it is one of those things where, like, people will always look at everything else around and wonder at the beauty of this, that and the other, and more often people forget to just look up and just fucking gaze and just go, holy shit, all this stuff is there. It's just a fairy tale place. Yeah, absolutely. I especially love the door from the ornamental gardens to the forest. That basically just looks like it's a fucking fairy door, and then you open it up and the view you're given and you're like, wait, what the fuck? That door is amazing. I love the view from that door. I always make a point of taking pictures there as well. Doesn't matter how many pictures I've had. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't matter how many times I've done it. HK giving everything photos. We don't have those things underneath though. It's only the ones above. The fodder is above every, not every vowel, but it's above vowels. So A, E, I, O, and U, you can get a photo over. You'll actually throw one on the Discord? Yeah, go for it, do. So people can see what you're talking about. Give HK a look. Because I don't think HK has seen that. I'm now in Foxford, Your Honor. Yeah, you'll appreciate this, HK. It's fucking phenomenal. It really is like something out of a fairy tale. It's crazy. Where the mills are gone, I don't know what the story is there. I did hear the woolen mills closed for a while. Oh, actually, no, they are gone, because one of the women that was working, the main seamstress that was working on the costume department for that movie last year, she was working at Foxford Woolen Mills. That's right. She was saying she had been working there, and obviously then they closed down. Getting close to Ballina. Let's make sure we take these roads slowly. Another bridge over another glorious looking river. It always wants me to go by pontoon, and DJ always gives out to me if I go by pontoon. So I have to make sure I don't. So he'd be constantly like, what are you doing? No, go through Ballina. It takes a little longer, but it's better. I'm waiting on him to pop in here now and go, you didn't take the wrong turn. Or some other such comment. I know half the time here though Google Maps is a bit of a useless shite. So I'd stop looking at Google Maps and start looking at road signs more. It's 15 kilometers to Ballina. Sure, once I'm in Ballina, I know where I'm at. Well, I already know where I'm at, but you know what I mean. It's muscle memory once you're that close. Anything blocking the screen or covering the screen right now? I've got a few bugs on my windscreen, but otherwise, you know what? I'm still gonna clear them off now anyway. Get rid of it there. So even if there wasn't, there shouldn't be now anyway. That's more about me being able to see now. Might actually have to overtake this car as well. They're going a bit slow. Pick up the pace. I'd be curious to see if that emo person has gotten back to me. Never throws the ball in what? Not the ball in Ballina. I did get back 2 more emotes, one of which I requested changes. What did I told them the love one I was good with. They could keep that way. The other one was too, it wasn't kind of angry enough looking, really, you know what I mean? I guess it works better in Dutch, probably, Snowy. For the fact that it's supposed to be like a death glare kind of thing almost, it looked a bit, like you said, I think, frustrated or whatever rather than angry. I got a few opinions on a few of them, and we'll see. Yeah, well, so I should get, that'll be 2 done. I know, for example, in the screenshot they sent me, I cropped the screenshot they sent me to just the emote, but I could see the tabs that they had, and the tabs they had, they were working on like 4 different ones at the same time that I could see. So it's not like they're waiting on me, they're doing work anyway. Thank you for the Lord KHK. Enjoy yourself. But yeah, so then we have, that will be 3 done and 3 more to come. I can't even remember what I fucking told them I wanted for the other ones now. I'm so slow. Oh, you got there now, Hoop, is it? You're like, oh, look at me, I've arrived. I'm about 20 minutes away, Hoop, I think. I'm guessing you're in Horsehouse 1 now. How was your flight over? In the house, all good? Excellent. What do you think of Ennisco so far? Are you starting to understand why everybody loves going there? Just meeting Dobby. He's gonna fucking, he might be weird with you initially, but he'll get used to it within a day or so and fucking lose his shit and jump all over you. Hoop flew in on the front of the back garden. Yeah, he came in with Biden, yeah. Or the lake. Hoop's never been there, no, that's his first time. Hoop only just got his passport for the first time in fucking a silly amount of time. He just found out there's a place in Norway called Hell. Yeah, there is indeed. There's funny named places or oddly named places everywhere. Next to Trondheim. Weren't you living in Trondheim for a little while? sure that's familiar to me because you were there. Yes, I knew it was familiar to me because you were there. You want to go there? You want to go to hell? Yeah, there's a flight I think they do, and I think it's like flight 666. I think it's on New Year's, if I remember right. They do like flight 666 from X destination to hell, so you arrive there on New Year's or something like that. There's something silly like that. There's definitely a thing there for that. I've seen it before. Lived there for 4 or 5 years though. Sure, I didn't drive there on the highway. Yeah, maybe. Nah, I definitely know there's a flight 666 to hell. Because I mean, an airline would be dumb not to take advantage of that. You see yourself out. No, you're okay, hon. You're okay. You don't need to. Let's get Snowy to ban you later. I remember Norway's camping next to Loma near the word processor. What? I don't know what that is, but that might just be me. Hell itself is mostly I've just been there. Yeah. I expected a river, right? It's a place to pass through. Yeah, I figured. And I mean, if you're going to be a small little town called hell, what better way to pull in tourists than that? I'm sure they probably renamed the name of the place as well, and then went on a massive campaign to pull in attention. Because that would, like, people will flock to it just because of the name. Same with and Muff have a divers club. You can go get a membership to the Muff Divers Club, and that brings a lot of tourism for that as well. Struggle with people that can't hear it, you know. I mean, but that's a good thing, Hot. Like, if you have the desire to go places, desire to want to see new places and meet new people, and it's that kind of vibe. Absolutely so much about other people by doing so. You've heard none of that. It's gonna have to from Biden's visit. Why is my I do not understand what the fuck is going on. It's a tad bizarre. But anybody who stayed with, fair play to you. Love having a lazy day or two on a holiday. For you, there's no reason in spending tons of money to go straight into your country only to transfer to an all-inclusive hotel and then leave. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get it. I guess why some people enjoy that stuff. Absolutely, I do. But I'm with you. If I'm in a new country, I've spent money to go somewhere, I want to experience the culture and what's around. I don't want to just go there to do what I could do at home. But I do understand why some people do. Jeez, there's a few American flags still here from Biden's visit. That's gas. We are in Ballina, and we are on our way to cross Malina now. So we are about 15-20 minutes away. There's a bit of traffic for some reason. Kids are getting out of school, I think, now as well, so probably that. But we're getting close. stretch my legs once I stop. It's like Norwegian summer. Yeah, right. Like it's 17 degrees now. It's sunny as fuck. Clear skies, which is odd for Mayo. Well, clear skies above me right now, but in front there's plenty of clouds and shit. I really hope it does clear up and it's a nice clear night. It'd be great if it was. And I mean, I don't mind having good weather. There's no reason to complain about good weather. Are we there yet? Nearly, Geordie. We are very close now. I'm about 20 minutes away, not even that. So the closer I get, I will say you will see a drop in the signal. Last time we visited Kiel, spent so much time and effort showing you, oh shit, what did I miss there? Around all our tired asses could think was, oh yeah, lovely. Yeah, but I mean, you're tired. I think you got burnt a bit. That's okay. Well, we are, yeah, I'd say 20 minutes away. Although Google says 14 minutes away. So maybe it's right and I'm wrong. Maybe. This car's warm as fuck now. Thanks, Nightbot. Nothing that a nice lukewarm shower and some after sun won't fix though, but you're back to long sleeve t-shirts from tomorrow. Yeah, I would as well. You don't want, I mean, it's the other way to combat having to fucking massively apply SPF 50 to yourself. You can't exactly keep stopping to do that during the workday. But yeah, at least fingers crossed you can avoid some of the sun. Long sleeve might help. My windows are coming down while I'm not moving because there's a lovely cross breeze right now and I really need it. And I'm not driving too fast, so it'll be alright. Mom's a redhead and you got her skin. Yeah, you gotta be careful for sure, so you don't want that you don't want your skin burning too much, especially if you got the redhead skin. What in the hell are you doing? Oh right, you were trying to go that way. I see. Bit of a struggle, mind you. How so? Just dealing with sun and shit. Or are you being a funny fucker now? Smoking. Last thing you need to be dealing with is that shit. I wonder if there's gonna be a square bar tonight. I suspect there might be. I will say though, as much as I know Snowy was hating me for mentioning it before, but I will say to you is that their steak sandwich has gone downhill since you last had it. You would be disappointed in the Bar Square steak sandwich now. It's not nearly as nice. It's still alright, it's still nice, but It's not the way it used to be. Yeah, they changed some stuff. It looks like the steak is smaller than it was previously. They changed up the bread. They changed up a few things that it's still nice, but it's not as nice. To be honest though, meat and chicken in Ireland's amazing compared to here. Yeah, well, it is something that we have a lot of beef farms, and Irish beef does rate amongst some of the top in the world. I know it's heavily sought after in some places. Because I remember my ex saying things. My ex was a chef. I remember her saying to me before, like, she doesn't understand some Irish people. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, you have some of the best fucking beef in the world, and then some of your traditional recipes, you just boil the shit out of it. You just waste a good piece of fucking meat. Like, yeah, I can understand that. It is like kind of bad when you see the way some of it's treated. People just boiling a fucking, throwing it in a stew and boiling it the fuck till it's rough as leather, rather than enjoying it. But that's just, you know, some people are like that. There's nothing you can do about it. There's another reason for you to get over here, so you're on it, just so you can enjoy some of the chicken and meats again. Go to the local butcher, get a nice cut. I remember, it's funny because, like, to me, some cuts of meat you have to do that. Yeah, exactly. You have to do that, exactly. On some of it, it depends. I remember one of my American friends, I remember mentioning something about going to my butcher. It's like, geez, you must be living in a posh area. I'm like, what? Like, you have a butcher's? Like, yeah. Well, like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, like, over here we don't have, well, the particular state she was in, it's like, yeah, we don't have butchers at all. Like, that's kind of if you go to a butcher's, it's in a more well-to-do area. I'm like, okay, like, I live in a shithole, and there's like fucking 4 butchers within 10 miles of me. You just miss you. Miss travelling. Well, get your arse over here as soon as you can. You will be most welcome. You know this. Some of what you love about Ireland. Yeah, well, the fact that it's such a small country as well works to our benefit for stuff like that, because it doesn't take that long for the meat to come from the farm to your door, basically. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm eating a steak that was slaughtered fucking 100 kilometers away. Living in different parts of the world can be difficult, but at least we're all still talking with each other almost every day. Exactly, HK. You'd love to meet as well. You're more than welcome, HK. Any fucking time you want, buddy. We'll have to make it all happen. I mean, we already agreed when myself, Caustic, Geordie, Chelsea, Magoo, Lyle, Talk, when we all met up, we all like had such a good time. I was like, yeah, we can't wait till next year to do this again. So yeah, it was a hell of a lot of fun, Geordie. And the thing is, it was like, it's weird because I was only saying to Caustic afterwards, like, I don't feel like I had much one-on-one time with anybody, really. But there was a lot of group time, and it was really good. And there's still a lot to disperse so much of it because we were all just talking as a group, and you didn't feel like you should. You know, it was lovely. It was nice. I liked it. It's a good handful of farm shops around where you live. Meat, poultry, veggies, dairy, as fresh as you can get. Well, one day, HK, you will, and you'll be more than welcome. Not now, stream. Being sentimental. Ah, shit, the drops. Yeah. This is how you know I'm getting close to my destination. Yeah, exactly. That's it, Jordan. Everybody was just included in every fucking conversation, and we were all just having a big round table banter kind of thing, and it was great. It was. It really did feel like, yeah, you could easily sit down amongst each other and have a chat with anybody and have a fucking great time. But that's what I'm saying. It is one of those rare times as well where there wasn't a lot of one-on-one conversations. It was the odd little bit here and there, but it was more so like group conversations, and that was quite nice. And it wasn't like you felt like, oh, I didn't get to talk to that person much, because you did, because you were all chatting together. Made it before the end. You did. I'm nearly there. I'm coming into Crossmolina soon, so we will be getting very close to our destination. There's a little bit of traffic and some roadworks that held us up a little bit longer, but you know, it's all good. We have, according to Google Maps, 5 minutes. I think it's it's underestimating there. Fully enough, you now have to head off. Work is done. Excellent. I'm glad your day is done, Geordie. Enjoy the rest of your evening, my man. Have a good one. Safe home. There was that little bit of traffic near the start. There was that little bit of traffic near the start as well. To get out of Ballina, you got to cross my line. Jesus Christ. Yeah, catch you later, Geordie. End of a work day. Have a good one. More American flags still hanging. Nah, don't be sorry, Snowy. Never be sorry. It's all good. So we are now in Crossmolina, at another spot you should recognise this garage, lads. We're up to Mulherns, where I'm sure, no doubt, you had a breakfast roll or breakfast wrap or breakfast burrito of some kind in Mulherns. Sorry, I need to talk to EJ soon, I think. all these memories come flooding back. Somewhere Esther's triggered and she doesn't know why. What? Fair, I don't think people have any other use for them, do they? Oh, right, the flags. I get you now. Right, let's back it up. Let this guy get out. You caught me for a second there, HK. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, no, I picked it up just before. It's like, oh shit, yeah, the flags, of course. Oh, Jesus Christ. Go on. Oh, not alright. Whoa. So we are now less than 5 minutes away for sure. Why have we got boatloads of fucking coaches and buses coming down this way? Is this school kids? It is school kids, that's what it is. It's all the school buses. Jeez, that market, gee. Is she just parked? I think she is just feckin' parked. She is. Jesus Christ. Okay. Being the one. It's been fucking crazy. What's... Nah, it's just all school kids. I'm gonna start losing signal again soon. Just so you're aware, if it's not already happening. And that is I'm almost there. Switch back over to the phone for dinner. It's already started. Yeah, I figured it was. I'm nearly there, so it'll finish up very shortly. I'm less than 5 minutes away. So signal will die a bit. It'll pick up a little bit. It'll die a bit. Then it'll die completely before the stream is over. But I will keep it going until I'm glad they're here. Hopefully your day is done now talking. You don't have to deal with too many more people. You can just go chill now. And not have to be concerned about idiots being idiots. Right, so coming around. You got shitloads to do? Ah, fuck. Or at least you can put some of it. Lindsay just turned up. Lindsay, what are you thinking? Right, and with that, we are here. This, fingers crossed, even if it breaks up a bit. You can see the main house from here. Well, you can't yet, but you just got to get up the road a bit more. Horses aren't out today. I wonder if they're still here. It might not be. Or the other one should be. That's the main house there. That is not where we are going. You're coming around here. Cuts out completely before stream ends. Enjoy a mini vacation with the lads. I absolutely will. Thank you very much, HK. And this for the next few days. All for him.